sit down. Thanks, mate.
Just a minute.
Sit down. I haven't had a proper sit down. Well, I couldn't tell you.
Here you go.
10 minutes off for tea break in the middle of the night in that place, and I couldn't find a seat. Not one. All them Greeks had it. The Poles, those Greeks, those blacks. A lot of them. All them aliens had it. And they had me working in there. They had me working. All them bloody foreigners, them blacks, them Greeks, the Poles, a lot of them. That's what. Doing me out of a seat. Treating me like dirt. When he come at me tonight, I told him.
Take a seat.
Yes, but what I got to do first, you see, what I got to do first is loosen up, man. I could have been killed in there.
Yes, you want to roll yourself one of these?
What? Oh, no, I never smoke cigarettes. But you know what? I could take a little bit of that tobacco for my pipe, if you like, if you want.
Go ahead.
Oh, thanks, mate. I had a tin just the other day. It got stolen from me on the Great West Road. Just got stolen from me. Just the other day. Where shall I put this?
I'll take it.
Oh. When he come at me tonight, I told him, didn't I? You heard me tell him, didn't you?
I saw him have a go at you.
You go at me. That filthy skate on an old man like me. I've had dinner with the best.
Yes, I saw him have a go at you.
Yeah, all those toe rags, mate. They got the manners of pigs. I might have been on the road a few years, but you can take it from me, I'm clean. I keep myself up. That's why I left my wife. Fortnight after I married her. No, not even a fortnight. It must have been no more than a week. I took the lid off the saucepan. You know what was in it? A pile of our underclothing, and unwashed underclothing, and the pan for vegetables, the vegetable pan. Yeah, that's when I left her and I haven't seen her since. I've had my dinner off the best of plates. I'm not young anymore. I remember the days I was as handy as any of them. They didn't take any liberties with me. I haven't been too well lately. I've had a few attacks. Did you see what happened with that one?
I only got the end of it.
Yeah, he comes up to me, parks a bucket of rubbish at me, and tells me to take it out back. It's not my job to take out the bucket. They got a boy there for taking out the bucket. I wasn't engaged to take out buckets, My job's cleaning the floor, cleaning the table, doing a bit of washing up. Nothing to do with buckets. Well, even if I was supposed to take out the bucket, who was this git to come and give me orders? We got the same standing, He's not my boss. He's nothing superior to me.
Oh, what was he, a Greek?
Not him. He was a Scotch. He was a Scotchman. You saw him, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, I told him what to do with the bucket, didn't I? You heard? Look here, I said to him, I'm an old man. I said, where I was brought up, we had some idea how to talk to old people with the proper respect. We was brought up with the right ideas. If I had a few years off me, I'd break you in half, I said to him. And that was after the boss fired me. Making too much commotion, he says. Commotion? Me? Look here, I said to him, I got my rights. I might have been on the road, but nobody's got more rights than I have. Let's have a bit of fair play, I said. Anyway, he fired me. That's the sort of place it is. I wouldn't mind so much, but I left all my belongings in that place, in the back room there. All of them. You see, in this bag. Every lousy blasted bit of all my breathing belongings I left down there in the rush of it. I bet he's having a poke around in at this very moment.
I'll pop down there sometime and get it for you.
Anyway, I'm obliged to you, letting me have a bit of a rest, like, for a few minutes. This your room?
Yes.
You got a good bit of stuff here.
Yes.
Must be worth a few bob, put it all together. There's enough of it.
Well, there's a good bit of it, all right.
You sleep here, do you?
Yes.
What, in that?
Yes.
Oh. Yes, well, you'd be well out of the draft there.
You don't really get that much wind.
You'd be well out of it. It's different when you're sleeping out,
Would be.
Nothing but wind there.
Yes, you know when the wind gets up.
Yes. Gets very drafty.
Ah.
I'm very sensitive to it.
Are you?
Always have been. You got any more rooms here then, have you?
Where?
I mean, along the landing there, up the landing?
They're all out of commission.
Oh, get away.
Yeah, they need a lot of doing too.
Well, what about downstairs, huh?
That's also closed up. You know, it needs a bit seeing to the floors.
You know, I was lucky you came into that cafe. I might have been killed by that Scotch kid. I've been left for dead more than once, you know. I noticed there was someone living in the house next door.
What?
I noticed.
Oh, yes, there's people living all along the road.
Yes, I noticed the curtains pulled down there as we came along.
Oh, those are neighbors.
This is your house then, is it?
I'm in charge.
Are you the landlord here? Yes. I noticed them heavy big curtains right across the window down there. Thought there must be someone living there.
Oh, a family of Indians, they live there.
Blacks?
I don't really see much of them.
Blacks, eh? Well, you've got some knickknacks here, all right, I'll say that. I don't like a bare room. I tell you what, mate, you haven't got a spare pair of shoes, have you?
Shoes?
You know, them bastards at that monastery let me down again.
There.
Down in Lutton, that monastery down in Lutton. I got a mate at Shepherd's Bush, you see.
I might have a pair.
I got this mate at Shepherd's Bush in the convenience there. Well, he was in the convenience. He ran about the best convenience they had. Always slipped me a bit of soap. Anytime I went in there, very good soap. They have to have the best soap. I was never without a piece of soap whenever I happened to be knocking about the Shepherd's Bush area.
Oh, pair of black.
He's gone now. He went. He was the one who put me in touch with this monastery just the other side of Lutton. He heard they give away shoes.
Well, you've got to have a good pair of shoes.
Yeah, shoes. It's life and death to me, mate, shoes. I had to go all the way to Lutton in these.
And what happened when you got there then?
I used to know a bootmaker at Acton. He was a good mate to me. You know what that bastard monk said to me? How many more blacks you got down there?
What?
You got any more blacks around here?
See if these are any good.
You know what that bastard monk said to me? Oh, I think those might be a bit small.
Would they?
Not the right size.
Well, not bad trim though.
Yeah, you can't wear shoes that don't fit. There's nothing worse. You know, I said to this monk, I said, I come all the way down here. Look, I said, I showed him these. I said, you haven't got a pair of shoes, have you? Enough to keep me on my way. Look at these, they're nearly out, I said. They're no good to me. I heard you got a good pair of shoes, got a good stock of shoes here. Piss off, he said to me. Now look here, I said. I'm an old man, you can't talk to me like that. I don't care who you are. If you don't piss off, he says, I'll kick you all the way to the gate. Now look here, I said. Now wait a minute. All I'm asking for is a pair of shoes. You don't want to start taking liberties with me. It's taken me 3 days to get out here. 3 days without a bite. I'm worth a bite to eat, ain't I? Get round the corner to the kitchen, he says. And when you had your meal, piss off out of it. I went round the corner to this kitchen, see? Meal they give me, meal. A bird! I tell you, a little bird. He'd have eaten it in 3 minutes flat. Meal, I said. What do you think I am? A dog? What do you think I am? A wild animal? What about them shoes I come all the way here from to get from you? I got a good mind to report you to your mother's superior, I had. You know, one of them, this Irish hooligan, he come at me and I cleared out. I took the shortcut to Watford, picked up a pair there. Just past Hendon, the sole come off right when I was walking. Lucky I had my old ones wrapped up. I was still carrying them. Otherwise I'd have been finished, man. So I've had to stay with these, you see. They're gone. They're no good. All the good's gone out of them.
Try those.
They're not a bad pair of shoes, eh? They're strong, all right. Strong. Yeah, and the leather's hardy. Very hardy. You know, Some bloke tried to flog me some suede the other day. I wouldn't wear suede, eh? It can't beat leather for wear. Suede goes off, it creases, it stains for life in minutes. You can't beat leather. Yeah, good shoe this.
Good.
Yeah, but it don't fit though.
Oh.
No, I got a very broad foot.
Uh-huh.
These are too pointed, you see. They cripple me in a week. I mean, these ones that I got on, they're no good. But at least they're comfortable, you know. Not much style, perhaps. But I mean, they don't hurt. Thanks anyway, mister.
I'll see what I can look out for you.
Oh, thanks, you know, because I can't go on like this. I can't get from one place to another. And I'll have to be moving about, you see, trying to get fixed up.
Where are you going to?
Oh, I got one or two things in mind. I'm waiting for the weather to break.
Would you like to sleep here?
Here?
Yes. You can sleep here if you like.
Here? Oh, I don't know about that. How long for?
Not till you get yourself sorted out.
I know that.
Till you get a little fixed up.
Oh, I'll be fixed up pretty soon now. Where would I sleep?
Here. The other rooms, they would be no good to you.
Here? Where?
Oh, you know, there's a bed behind all that.
Oh, I see. Well, that's handy. That's handy. You know, I tell you what, I might do that, just till I get myself sorted out. You got enough furniture here, you know.
Yeah, I picked it up, you know, just keeping it here for the time being. It might come in handy.
And this gas stove here, do it work?
No.
Oh, what do you do for a cup of tea?
Nothing.
Oh, that's a bit rough. You're building something, eh?
Yeah, I might build a shed out of the back.
Oh, a carpenter, eh? Oh, you got a lawnmower. You got a lawn there?
Yeah. Yeah, have a look at the window.
Oh, it looks a bit thick, mate.
A little overgrown.
Ah, and what's that, a pond?
Yes?
You got any fish?
No, there's nothing in it.
Where are you going to put your shed?
Well, I'll have to clear the garden first.
Oh, you need a tractor, man.
I'll get it done.
Carpentry, eh?
Yeah, I like working with my hands.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's a Buddha.
Oh, really? Get on.
Yeah, I quite like it. You know, I picked it up, I picked it up in a shop. Looked quite nice to me. I don't know why. What do you think of these Buddhas?
They're all right. They're all right.
Yeah, I mean, I was very pleased when I got hold of this one. It's very well made.
So this is the bed here then, eh?
Yeah. Let's clear it out.
Oh,
we'll get rid of all that.
I give you a hand.
It'll all just fit right behind.
This?
We can just throw that there.
This for me then?
Yeah, you can use that. You know, there's a lavatory down the landing. It's got a sink in there.
Oh. You don't share it, do you?
What?
I mean, you don't share the toilet with them blacks, do you?
They live next door.
No, they don't come in? Because, you know, I mean, fair's fair.
How are you off for money?
Oh, well, now that you mention it, if you want the truth, mister, I'm a little short.
Well, here you go. Get a few
Oh,
bucks.
thanks, mister. Thank you. I just happened to find myself a bit short, you see. You see, I got nothing for all that week's work I did last week. That's the position. That's what it is.
You know, I went into a pub the other day, ordered a Guinness, but they gave it to me in a thick mug. I sat down, but I couldn't drink it. I can't drink Guinness out of a thick mug. I can only drink it out of a tin glass. I had a few sips, but I just couldn't finish it.
If only that bloody weather would break, then I'd be able to get down to Sidcup.
Sitka.
The weather's so bloody awful. How can I get to Sidcup in these shoes?
And why do you want to get down to Sitka?
Well, I got my papers there.
Your what?
I got my papers there.
What are they doing at Sitka?
Oh, a man I know has them. I left them with him, you see. They prove who I am. I can't move without them papers. They tell you who I am, you see. I'm stuck without them.
And why is that?
You see what it is? I changed my name. Years ago, I've been going around under an assumed name. That's not my real name.
What name have you been going under?
Jenkins, Bernard Jenkins. That's my name. That's the name I'm known by anyway. But it's no good to me, you see. With that name, I got no rights. See, I got an insurance card here. See here? Under the name of Jenkins. See? Bernard Jenkins. Look, it's got 4 stamps on it. 4 of them. But I can't go along with these. That's not my real name. They'd find out, they'd have me in the nick. 4 stamps, see? I haven't paid out pennies. I paid out pounds for them. Pounds, not pennies.
And what's your real name then?
Oh, Davies. Mac Davies. That was before I changed my name.
It looks as though you might want to sort all that out.
Yeah, if only I could get down to Sitka. I've been waiting for that weather to break. He's got my papers, this man I left them with.
How long has he had that?
What?
How long has he had that?
Oh, must be about 15 years now.
Oh. Well, anytime you want to get into bed, go right ahead.
Oh, well, mister, I think I will. I'm a bit done in, you know. It's been a tiring day, a tough day for me, mister. So shall I put these here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I see you got a bucket up there.
A leak.
Oh, well, I'll try your bed then, eh?
Is that okay? I'm mending this plug.
You getting in?
I'm mending this plug.
Oh, all right, then I'll just settle down here. It's not bad. I think I'll sleep in this.
I'll have to get a proper shade for that light. It's a little too glaring.
Don't worry about it, mister. I'll be okay. What?
It's all right. It's all right.
What?
It's all right.
Yes.
Sleep well?
Yes, dead out. Must have been dead out. Eh?
Were you dreaming or something?
Dreaming?
Yes.
I don't dream. I never dreamed.
Oh, no, nor have I.
Don't know me? Why do you ask me that then?
Well, you were making noises.
Who was?
You were.
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean? What kind of noises?
You were making groans. You were jabbering.
Jabbering? Me?
Yes.
I don't jabber, man. Nobody ever told me that before. What would I be jabbering about?
I don't know.
I mean, where's the sense in it? Nobody ever told me that before. You got hold of the wrong bloke, mate.
No, you woke me up. I thought you might have been dreaming.
I wasn't dreaming. I never had a dream in my life.
Well, maybe it was the bed.
Nothing wrong with the bed.
Might have been a little unfamiliar.
There's nothing unfamiliar about me and beds, eh? I slept in beds. I don't make noises just because I sleep in a bed. I slept in plenty of beds. I tell you what, maybe it was them blacks.
What?
Them noises, them blacks.
What blacks?
Those that you got next door, maybe it were them blacks making noises coming through the walls. That's my opinion. Where are you going? Where are you going? You going out somewhere?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Then just wait a minute.
What are you doing?
Well, I better come with you.
Why?
I mean, I better come out with you anyway.
Why?
Well, don't you want me to go out?
What for?
I mean, when you're out, don't you want me to go out? When you're out?
You don't have to go out.
You mean I can stay here?
Yeah, do what you like. You don't have to come out just because I go out.
You don't mind my staying here?
No. In fact, I've got a couple of keys. Here you go. This door and then the front door downstairs. Here you go.
Oh, thanks, mister. Thank you. The best of luck.
Yeah. I think I'll take a stroll down the road. A little kind of a shop, you know. The man there, he had this jigsaw the other day. I quite like the look of it.
A jigsaw, mate?
Yes, would be very useful.
Oh, yes, yes. What's that then exactly?
The jigsaw?
Yeah.
Well, it comes from the same family as the fret saw, you see. But it's an appliance. You have to fix it onto a portable drill.
Oh, that's right. They're very handy.
Yes, they are. You know, I was sitting in a cafe the other day. I happened to be sitting at the same table as this woman. Well, we started to pick up a bit of a conversation. I don't know about what holiday it was, where she'd been. She'd been down somewhere to the south coast. I can't remember where though. Anyway, we were just sitting there having a bit of a conversation. Then suddenly, she put her hand over to mine and said, "How would you like me to have a look at your body?"
Get out of it.
Yes, to come up with that, just in the middle of this conversation, you know, it struck me as a bit odd.
Oh, well, they've said the same thing to me, you know. They have.
Have they?
Women, there's many a time they come up to me and ask me more or less the same question.
What did you say your name was?
Bernard Jenkins is my assumed one.
No, the other one.
Well, Davies, Mac Davies.
Welsh, are you?
Eh?
Are you Welsh?
Well, I've been around, you know. You know what I mean? I've been around.
And where were you born then?
What do you mean?
Where were you born?
I was, it's a bit hard, like, to set your mind back. You see what I mean? Going back a good way, you lose a bit of track, like, you know.
Right.
Mister, I was going to ask you, what about that stove? I mean, do you think it's going to be letting out any gas? What do you think, eh?
It's not connected.
Yeah, you see, the trouble is, it's right on top of my bed, you see. What I got to watch is nudging one of them gas taps with my elbow when I get up. You get my meaning?
There's really nothing to worry about.
Oh, okay then. Okay, I'll keep an eye on them for those taps now and again. See that they're switched off. You leave it to me. You leave it to me.
I don't really think.
Hey, mister, just one thing. You couldn't slip me a couple of bob for a cup of tea, you know?
I gave you a few bob last night.
Hey, you did, Lair, that's right. So you did, went clean out of my mind. That's right, thank you, mister. Listen, you're sure you don't mind my staying here? I mean, I'm not the sort of man who wants to take any liberties, you know.
No, that's all right.
I might get down to Wembley later in the day.
Oh.
There's a cafe down there, you see. Might be able to get fixed up. I was there, see. They might be in need of a bit of staff.
And when was that?
Eh? Oh, well, that was a little while ago now. But they can't find the right kind of people in these places. What they want to do, they're trying to do away with all these foreigners, you know, these foreigners working for them in catering. They want a gentleman to pour their tea. That's what they want. That's what they're crying out for. It's only common sense, eh? So, that's what I'm going to do. If only I could get down there.
Well, I'll be seeing you then.
Yes, right. Nice pair of shoes. Pointed. Screws. Paint. What's he gonna paint? God, a mess. Such a pile of papers. What's he got all these papers here for? No, get it straight. Okay. It's locked. Button here. my clothes, my trousers.
So, what's the game? Well?
Nothing.
What's your name?
I don't know you. Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
You sleep here last night?
Yes.
Sleep well?
Yes.
I'm awfully glad. Oh, awfully nice. It's awfully nice to meet you. What did you say your name was?
Jenkins.
I beg your pardon?
Jenkins.
Jenkins. Ah, you remind me of my uncle's brother. He was always on the move, that man. Never without his passport. What? Had an eye for the girls. Bit of an athlete, just like your parent. He had a passion for nuts, and nothing else, just a passion for nuts. Monkey nuts, Brazil nuts, walnuts, any kind of nuts. Had a marvelous stopwatch. To be honest, I never really came to know how he was my uncle's brother. I mean, he should have been the uncle brother. And as a matter of fact, I never called him my uncle. I called him Sid. But my mother called him Sid as well. Funny business it was like. Dead spit of you he was. I hope you slept well last night.
Listen, I don't know who you are.
Hey, what bed do you sleep in?
Now look here.
Huh?
That one?
Not the other one.
No.
Choosy. How do you like my room?
Your room.
Yes.
This ain't your room. I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before.
Ah. You know, believe it or not, you've got a funny resemblance to a bloke I once knew in Shoreditch. In fact, he lived in Aldgate. His old mother was still staying at the Angel, right by the bus depot, you know. She could take any of the buses, 30, 38, 581, or anything, just down the Essex Road to the Dalston Junctions, next to no time. But of course, if she took 38A, that will take her to the upper road, then down to St. Paul's Church, but Dalston Junction in the same time. Well, but spitting image of you he was. Ah. You sleep well last night?
Yes.
Did you have to get up in the night?
No.
What's your name?
Now look here.
What?
Jenkins.
Jenkins. Sleep here last night?
Yes.
How did you sleep? Slept well?
Now look here.
What bed?
That one.
Not the other one.
No.
Choosy. Choosy. Hey, what sort of sleep did you have in that bed?
All right, all right.
You weren't uncomfortable?
No, I was all right.
Hey, you're a foreigner.
No.
Born and bred in the British Isles.
I was.
What did they teach you? How did you like my bed? It's my bed. Mind it, don't catch a draft.
From the bed?
No, up your ass. You intending to sit down here?
You give me my trousers then. Yeah, all my trousers. Give me my...
You're settling down for a long stay.
Just give me my bloody trousers.
Why, where are you going?
Give it to me and I'm going. I've got to get the sip cup.
You know, you remind me of a bloke I once knew at Croydon.
I was brought here.
Pardon?
I was brought here.
Brought here, and who brought you
The
here?
man who lives here. He brought me here. I was brought here last night. He came into the cafe when I was working, when I got fired from. I was working then. That bloke, he saved me from a punch-up. He brought me here. He brought me right here.
I'm afraid you're a born bloody fibber, aren't you? You're speaking to the damn owner. This is my room. This is my house.
It's his. He brought me here. He's seen me already.
It's my bed.
What about that then?
That's my mother's bed.
She wasn't in it last night.
Now, don't get perky, son. Don't get perky. Keep your hands off my old mama.
I ain't. I haven't.
Don't get out of your depth. Don't get out of it. Don't start taking liberties with my old mom. Yeah? Let's have a bit of respect here.
I got respect. You won't find anyone with more respect.
Well, stop telling all these fibs.
Now listen to me. I never seen you before, have I? Have I?
Never seen my mother before, either, I suppose. I think I'm coming to the conclusion that you're just an old rogue, a bloody scoundrel.
Now wait.
Listen, son. Listen, sonny. You stink.
You got no right to say
You're
that.
stinking the place out. You're an old robber. There's no getting away from it. You don't belong in a nice place like this. No, you could charge 7 quid a week for this if I wanted. Get a taker tomorrow. 350 a year exclusive. No argument. Like, that kind of money is in your range. Don't be afraid to say so. Furniture and fittings. I'll take 400 of the nearest offer. Say the word and I'll have my solicitors sent out to sign the agreement. Otherwise, I've got my van waiting just below the road. I'll take you to the police station right now. Thieving, filching, daylight robbery, and stinking the place out. Unless, of course, you're really keen on a straightforward purchase. I'll, of course, have my brother decorate it up for you. Yeah. I know an insurance firm in West Town. They'll be pleased to handle the deal for you. No strings attached. Open and overhauled. Untarnished record. Comprehensive indemnity against riot, civil commotion, labor disturbances, storm, tempest, thunderbolt, or cattle. All subject to a daily check. And double check. But of course, we will need a signed declaration from your personal medical attendant. If you can carry the can. Won't he? Hey, who do you bank with? Who do you bank with? You still got that leak?
Yes, it's coming from the roof.
From the roof, huh?
Yes, I'll have to tar it over.
You're going to tar it over.
Yes,
What?
the cracks.
You'll be tarring over the cracks on the roof.
Yes.
Think that'll do it?
Well, it'll do it for the time being.
What do you do? What do you do when the bucket's full?
Empty it.
I was telling my friend you were about to start decorating the rooms.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I got your bag.
Oh, thanks, mate. Give it to you then. Hey, thanks. That's fine. Give it to me. Just give it.
Watch your steps, honey. Don't knock at the door when no one is at home. You come into a house, start laying your hands on whatever you can lay your hands. Watch your steps, son.
My bag. You give it to me. You thieving stick. Give it to me.
Come on,
Just give it
give
to
the
me.
bag.
Give it to me. It's my eye. It's my bag.
Come on, give it to him. How did you get on at Wembley?
Oh, I didn't get there. I couldn't get there.
Yeah, I had a bit of bad luck with that jigsaw too. When I got there, it was gone.
Oh, who was that fella?
Oh, well, he's my brother.
Is he? He's a bit of a joker, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real joker.
Well, he's got a bit of a sense of humor, you know.
Yeah, I noticed. He's a real joker, that lad. You can see that.
Well, yes, he tends to see the funny side of things.
Yeah, he's got a sense of humor, ain't he?
Yes.
Yeah, you could tell. I could tell. I could tell the first time I saw him that he had his own way of looking at things.
You know, I'm supposed to be doing the upper part of the house for him.
What? You mean this is his house?
Yes, I'm supposed to be decorating this landing for him, you know, make a flat out of it.
Oh, what does he do then?
Oh, he's in the building trade. He's got his own land.
Oh, he don't live here, do he?
No, you know, once I get that shed up outside, I'll be able to give a bit more thought to that flat, you see. Perhaps I can knock up one or two things for it. I can work with my hands, you see. That's one thing I can do. I never knew that I could, but I can do all sort of things now with my hands. You know, manual things. So when I get that shed up there, I'll have a workshop, you see, and I could do a bit of woodwork. Simple woodwork to start with, you know, working with good wood. Yes, I think I could do all that if I just had that workshop.
Hey, I've been thinking this ain't my bag.
No.
No, this ain't my bag. My bag, it was another kind of bag altogether. Yeah, I know what they've done. What they've done, they kept my bag and they've given you another one altogether.
No, what happened was someone had gone off with your bag.
Well, that's what I said.
Well, anyway, I picked up this bag somewhere else. It's got a few pieces of cloth in it too. He let me have the whole lot very cheap.
Oh, any shoes? No, no shoes. Checking.
Yes.
I know this kind of shirt. They don't go very far in winter, you know. What I need is a good solid shirt with stripes going down the front. That's what I want. Checks, no. Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's a waistcoat.
A waistcoat, eh? Ah. You got a mirror in here someplace?
No, I don't think I have.
So, do you think it fits me? You think it looks good?
Yeah, it looks all right.
Well, I won't say no to this then. I won't say no to this. This ain't a bad piece of cloth.
You know, you could be caretaker here if you like.
What?
Well, you could look after this place if you like. You know, the stairs and the landing, the front steps. Keep an eye on it and polish the bells.
Bells?
Yeah, I'll be fixing up a few down by the front door. Brass.
Caretaking, eh?
Yes.
Well, I never done caretaking before, you know. I mean to say, I never, what I mean to say is I've never been a caretaker before.
Well, how do you feel about being one then?
Well, I reckon, well, I'd have to know, you know,
What sort of...
yes, what sort of, you know.
Well, I mean...
I'd have to...
Well, I could tell you.
Yeah, that's it. You see, you get my meaning?
Yes, I mean when the time comes.
I mean, that's what I'm getting at, you see.
Yes, more or less exactly what you...
You see, what I mean to say, what I'm getting at is, I mean, what sort of jobs would I have to do?
Well, there's things like the stairs, right? And the bells.
But it would be a matter, wouldn't it? It would be a matter of a broom, isn't it?
Oh, yes, of course. And you'll need a few brushes too.
Yeah, you'd need implements. You see, you'd need a good few implements.
You know, you could wear this, if you like.
Well, that's nice, ain't it? That's very nice.
Yeah, it'll help keep the dust off.
Yeah, keep the dust off for sure. Thanks very much, mister.
You see, what we could do, actually I could fit a bell at the bottom, outside the front door with caretaker written on it. And you could answer any queries.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Why not?
Well, I mean, you don't know who might come up them front steps, do you? I gotta be careful.
Why? Is someone after you?
After me? Well, I could have that Scotch git coming looking after me, couldn't I? I'd hear the bell, I'd go down there, I'd open the door. Who might be there? Any handy might be there. I could get buggered as easy as that, man. No. They'd find out who I was, that I was going about under an assumed name. You see the name I call myself now, that's not my real name. My real name's not the one I'm using, you see. It's different. You see the name I go under now ain't my real name. It's assumed. Damn, the light's gone. What's happened to the bloody light? Shit, I'm gonna move in this mess. The stuff he's got around here. Where's my matchbox? Oh, shit. Oh, God. What's that? What's that? What's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? What's going on? What's going on? Who's in here? Who's in here? Who's in here? Where's my matchbox? Who moved my matchbox? Who moved my matchbox? Who moved it? Oh, watch it, watch it. I got a knife here. I got a knife here. I got a knife here. Be careful. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who is it? Huh?
Oh, it's just doing some spring cleaning. You know, we take it in turns, my brother and myself. Today, I was running late, but I thought, I'll do it. It's my turn, you know. Yeah. Can't help being house proud, so I just keep doing this bit of cleaning in times. What are you waving that about for?
You come near me and I'll fix you.
I'm sorry I gave you a start, but I had you in mind, you see. My brother's guest. I mean, you've got to think of your comfort, Adri. Don't want the dust getting up your nose. How long are you thinking of staying here, by the way? I mean, I was just thinking, as a matter of fact, to kind of lower your rent, see, make it just a nominal sum. I mean, until, of course, you get fixed up. Still, if you think you're going to be spiky, I'll have to reconsider the whole proposition. Hey, you're not thinking of doing any violence on me? You're not the violent kinds, are you?
Yeah, I keep myself to myself, mate. But if anyone starts with me, though, they know what they got coming.
I can believe that.
I've been all over, see? You see, you understand my meaning? I don't mind a bit of a joke now and then, but anyone will tell you that no one starts anything with me.
I get what you mean, yes.
I can be pushed so far, but
no further.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. No, I just want to say that I'm very impressed by that. Eh? I mean, I'm very impressed by what you just said. Yeah, that's very impressive, very impressive. I'm impressed, anyway.
You know what I'm talking about then?
Yes, I know. I think we understand one another, don't we?
Well, I tell you, I'd like to think that. You know, you've been playing me about. I don't know why. I've never done you any harm.
No, you know what it was. We just got off the wrong foot. That's all it was.
Aye, we did.
Hey, like a sandwich?
What?
Like a sandwich?
Now, don't you pull anything on me, mate. Don't you pull anything on me.
You still don't understand me. I can't help being interested in a friend of my brother's. I mean, you're my brother's friend, aren't you?
Well, I wouldn't put it as far as that.
Don't you find him friendly then?
Well, I wouldn't say we was all that friends. I mean, he done me no harm, but I wouldn't say he was my particular friend, you know. Where's that sandwich then, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, what's in it?
Cheese.
Oh, that'll do me.
Yeah, take one.
Oh, thanks, mister, thanks.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear my brother is not friendly.
He's friendly. I didn't say he wasn't.
Salt?
But no thanks. But I just can't make him out exactly, you know.
I forgot the pepper.
I just can't get the hang of him.
I had a bit of beetroot somewhere. Must have mislaid it. Listen. Can I ask your advice? I mean, you're a man of the world. Can I ask your advice about something?
You go right ahead.
Well, what is that? See, I'm a bit worried about my brother.
Your brother?
Yeah, you see, his trouble is...
What?
Well, it's not such a nice thing to say.
Go on, say it.
Well, you see, his trouble is... He doesn't like work.
Go on.
No, He just doesn't like work. That's his problem.
Is that a fact?
It's a difficult thing to have to say about your own brother. He's just shy of it. Very shy of it.
I know the sort.
You know the type?
Yeah, I met them.
I mean, I want to get him going in the world.
That stands to reason, man.
If you get an older brother, you want to push him on. You want to see him make his way. You can't let him idle. He's only doing himself harm. That's what I say.
Yeah.
That he won't buckle down to the job.
You don't like work.
Work shy.
Sounds like it to me.
You met the type, have you?
Me? I know the sort.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know the sort. I've met them.
Causing me great anxiety, you see. I'm a working man. I'm a tradesman. I got my own van.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing a little job for me. I keep him here to do a little job, yeah? But I don't know. I'm coming to the conclusion that he's a slow worker. What would your advice be?
Well, he's a funny bloke, your brother.
What?
I was saying, he's a bit of a funny bloke, your brother.
Funny? Why?
Well, he's funny.
What's funny about him?
Well, not liking work.
What's funny about that?
Nothing.
I don't call it funny.
Nor me.
Hey, you don't want to start getting hypercritical.
No, I wasn't that. I
Don't get too glib.
You call him man.
Got it! Look, I got a proposition to make to you. I'm thinking of taking over the running of this place, you see. I think it could be run a bit more efficiently. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of plans. How would you like to stay on here as caretaker?
What?
I mean, I'll be quite open with you. I could rely on a man like you around this place, keeping an eye on things.
Oh, well now, wait a minute. I never done no caretaking before, you know.
Oh, not about that. It's just that you look a capable sort of man to me.
I am a capable sort of man. I mean to say, I've had plenty of offers in my time, you know. There's no getting away from that.
Well, I could see before, when you took out that knife of yours, that you won't let anybody mess about with.
No one messes about with me, man.
I mean, you've been in the services, haven't you?
The what?
In the services, I can tell you where it stands.
Oh, yes. Spent half my life there, man. Oh, overseas, like, serving I was. Serving.
In the colonies, of course.
Oh, I was over there. I was one of the first over there.
That's it. You just the kind of man I've been looking for.
What for?
Caretaker.
Yes, well, look, listen. Who's the landlord here, you or him?
Me. I am. That needs to prove it.
Oh, well, listen, I don't mind doing a bit of caretaking. I wouldn't mind looking after the place for you.
Of course, we'd come to a small financial agreement. Mutually beneficial.
No, I leave you to work that out.
Thanks, there's only one thing.
What's that?
Can you give me some references?
Eh?
I mean, just to satisfy the solicitors.
No, I got plenty of references. All I got to do is go down to Sidcup tomorrow. I got all the references I want down there.
Where's that?
Sidcup. He ain't only got my references down there, he's got all my papers down there. I got to get down there when I'm done.
So, we can always get hold of these references if we want them to be.
I'll be down there any day, I tell you. I was going down there today. But I'm just waiting for that weather to break. Listen, you can't pick me up a pair of good shoes, can you? Hey, can you? I got a real bad need for a pair of shoes. I can't get anywhere without a pair of good shoes, see? You think there's any chance of your being able to pick me up a pair? Huh?
Hey,
What?
said you wanted me to get you out.
What for?
You said you were thinking of going to Sitka.
That would be a good thing if I could get there.
Although, doesn't look much of a day.
Oh, that puts an end to it, doesn't it?
I didn't have a very good night again.
I slept terrible.
You were making,
Terrible. Had a bit of rain in the night, didn't it?
Just a bit.
So, thought so. Coming right on my head, man. The draft blowing right in on my head anyway. Look, can't you close that window behind the sack?
You could, but...
Well then, what about it then? The rain's coming right in on my head, man.
You got to have a bit of air.
Listen, I've lived all my life in the air, boy. You don't have to tell me about air. What I'm saying is there's too much air coming in from that window when I'm asleep.
Well, it gets very stuffy in here, you know, without that window open.
Yes, but listen, you don't know what I'm telling you. That bloody rain, man, come right in on my head. Spoils my sleep. I could catch my death of cold with it, with that draft. That's all I'm saying. Just shut the window and no one's going to catch any colds. That's all I'm saying.
No, I couldn't really sleep in here, you know, without the window open.
Yes, but what about me? What you got to say about my position?
Why don't you just sleep the other way around?
What do you mean?
Sleep with your feet to the window.
Oh, what good would that do?
Well, the rain, it won't come on your head.
No, I couldn't do that. I got used to sleeping this way. See, it isn't me that has to change, it's that window. You see, it's raining now. Look at it, it's coming down.
I think I'll have a walk down to Gold Hog Road. I got talking to a man over there. He had a saw bench. It looked in very good condition to me. I don't think it's much good to him though. Yes, have a walk down there, I think.
Just listen to that rain. That's done my trip to Sitka. Hey, what about closing that window now? It'll be coming in here.
All right, close it for the time being.
What's all that under that tarpaulin out there?
Wood.
What for?
To build my shed.
Well, you haven't come across another pair of shoes, have you? You were going to look out for one for me?
No, sorry. I'll see if I can pick some ones today.
I can't go out in this rain with these, can I? Can't even go out and get myself a cup of tea.
Well, there's a cafe right along the road.
There may be, mate.
I used to go there quite a bit, actually. Years ago now. But I stopped. I used to like that place. Spent quite a bit of time in there. But that was before I went away. Just before. I think that place, it had a lot to do with it. They were all a good bit older than me. But they always used to listen. I thought they understood what I said. I mean, I used to talk to them, but maybe I talked a little too much. That was my mistake. Same in the factory. Standing there or in the breaks, I used to talk about things, and these men, they used to listen whenever I had anything to say. It was all right, but the trouble was, I used to have kind of hallucinations. I mean, they weren't hallucinations. Well, I used to get the feeling that I could see things very clearly. Everything was so clear. Everything used to get very quiet, and everything got very quiet. And all this quiet and all this clear sight, it was, but maybe I was wrong. Anyway, someone must have said something. I didn't know anything about it, and some kind of lie must have gone around. I thought people started being very funny in that cafe and in the factory. I couldn't understand it. Then one day they took me to a hospital right outside London. I didn't want to go. Anyway, I tried to get out quite a few times, but it wasn't very easy. They asked me questions in there. Got me and asked me all sorts of questions. Well, I told them when they wanted to know what my thoughts were. Then one day, this man, the doctor, I suppose the head one, he was quite a man of distinction. He called me in and he told me I had something. He said they'd concluded their examination and he showed me a pile of papers. And he said that I'd got something, some complaint. He said, you've got this thing, that's your complaint. And we've decided, he said, that in your interest, there's only one course of action that we can take. He said, I can't exactly remember how he put it. He said, we are going to do something to your brain. He said, if we don't, you'll be in here for the rest of your life. But if we do, you do stand a chance. You can go out, he said, and live like the others. What do you want to do to my brain? I asked him. But he just repeated what he said. Well, I wasn't a fool. I knew I was a minor. I knew he couldn't really do anything to me without getting prior permission from my mother. So I wrote to her and I told her what they were trying to do. But she signed their form, you see, giving them permission. I know that because he showed me this signature when I brought it up. Well, that night I tried to escape. I spent 5 hours sawing at one of the bars in the window in this ward, right throughout the dark. They used to shine this torch over the beds every half an hour, so I timed it just right. And then it was nearly done, but a man, he had a fit right next to me, and they caught me. Well, anyway, about a week later, they started to come around and do this thing to the brain. And they came around and they did it one at a time, one a night. I was one of the last, and I could see quite clearly what they used to do to the others. They used to come around with these, I don't know what they are. They look like big pincers with wires on. And the wires were attached to this little machine, you know, it was electric. They used to hold the man down, and this chief doctor used to fit these pincers, something like earphones. He used to fit them on either side of the man's skull. There was a man holding the machine, you see, and he'd turn it on. And the chief would just press these pincers on either side of the skull and keep them there. Well, then he'd take them off and they'd cover the man up, and they wouldn't really touch him until much later on. Some used to put up a fight, but most of them didn't. They just lay there. Well, they were coming around to me, and the night they came, I got up and stood up against the wall. They told me to get on the bed, and I knew they had to get me on the bed because if they did it while I was standing, they might end up breaking my spine. So I stood up, and well, then one or two of them, you know, they came for me. But I was younger then. I was much stronger than I am now. I was quite strong then. I laid out one of them, and then I had the other one by the throat. And then suddenly this chief had these pincers on my skull. And I knew he wasn't supposed to do it while I was standing. That's why Anyway, he did it. So I did get out. I got out of that place, but I couldn't walk very well. I don't think my spine was damaged. That was perfectly all right. The trouble was my thoughts had become very slow. I couldn't think at all. I couldn't get my thoughts together. I could never really get it together. The trouble was, I couldn't hear what people were saying. I couldn't look to the right or to the left. I just had to look straight in front of me because if I turned my head around, I just couldn't keep upright. And I had these headaches. I used to sit in my room the whole day. That was when I lived with my mother and my brother. He was younger than me. And I laid out everything in my room in order. All the things that I knew that were mine. But I didn't die. The thing is, I should have been dead. I should have died. Anyway, I feel much better now, but I don't talk to people. I steer clear of places like that cafe. I never really go into them now. I don't talk to anybody like that. I've often thought of going back and trying to find the man who did that to me. But I want to do something first. I want to build that shed in the garden.
You know, I got a feeling you've done something to them cracks. See, there's been plenty of rain in the last week, but ain't been dripping in the bucket. Must have started over up there. Ain't said a word to me about it. He don't say a word to me. He don't answer me when I talk to him. He don't give me no knife. He don't give me no knife to cut my bread. How can I cut my loaf of bread without no knife? It's an impossibility.
You've got a knife.
What?
You've got a knife.
I got a knife, sure I got a knife. But how do you expect me to cut a good loaf of bread with that? That's not a bread knife. It's nothing to do with cutting bread. I picked it up somewhere. I don't know where it's been, do I? No, what I want, what I need.
I know what you want.
And what about this gas stove, eh? He tells me it's not connected. How do I know it's not connected? I'm sleeping right with it. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm looking right into the oven, man. It's right next to my face. It might blow up. It might do me harm. But he don't take no notice of what I say to him. I told him the other day, see, I told him about them blacks coming up from next door and using the lavatory. I told them it was dirty in there. All the banisters were dirty, they were black, all the lavatory was black. But what did he do? He's supposed to be in charge of it here. He had nothing to say. He hadn't got a word to say. You know, a couple of weeks ago, he sat there, he gave me a long chat. A long chat he gave me. Since then, he ain't hardly said a word. He went on talking there. I don't know what he was. He wasn't even looking at me. He wasn't talking to me. He don't care about me. He was talking to himself. That's all he worries about. I mean, you come up to me, you ask my advice. He would never do a thing like that. I mean, we don't have any conversation, see? You can't live in the same room with someone who you don't have any conversation with. I just can't get the hang of it. You know, you and me, we could get this place going.
Oh yeah, you're quite right. Look, what I could do with this place. I could turn this place into a penthouse. For instance, this room. Yeah. This room you could have as a kitchen. Huh? I would have teal, blue, copper and parchment linen in squares. Have those colors re-echoed into the walls. Huh? And yeah, you could put the dining room across that landing, you see? Yes. Venetian blinds on the window, cork floor, cork tiles. You could have an off-white pile linen rug, a table in Ephramusia. Teak veneer, side port with matte black drawers, carved chair with cushioned seats, armchairs and oatmeal tweed. A beach framed settee with a woven sea cross sea. Yeah. And in the bedroom. Oh, what is a bedroom? It's a retreat. It's a place to go for rest and peace. So you want quiet decoration, furniture, mahogany, and rosewood. Deep azure blue carpet. Don't be a flat. To be a palace.
I'd say would, mate, I would.
A palace.
Who would live here?
Well, I would. Me and my brother.
What about me?
All this junk here, it's no good to anybody. It's just a lot of old iron, that's all. Proper. You wouldn't make a home out of this. It's junk. Could never even sell it. More junk. But he doesn't seem to be interested in what I got in mind. That's the trouble. Hey, why don't you have a chat with him and see if he's interested?
Me?
Miss, you're a friend of his.
Oh, he's no friend of mine.
You're living in the same damn room, aren't you?
Yeah, but he's no friend of mine. You don't know where you are with him. I mean, with a bloke like you, you know where you are. I mean, you got your own ways. I'm not saying you ain't got your own ways. Anyone can see that. You may have some funny ways, but that's the same with all of us. But with him, you see, it's different. I mean, at least with you, the thing with you is you're
straightforward.
Yeah, that's it. You're straightforward.
Yeah.
But with him, you don't know what he's up to half the time.
Huh?
He's got no feelings. See, what I need is a clock. How can I tell the time without a clock? I can't do it. So I said to him, I said, look here, what about getting me a clock in here so I can tell what time it is? I mean, if you can't tell what time you're at, then you don't know where you're at. You understand my meaning? You see, what I got to do now, if I'm walking about outside, I got to keep my eye out for a clock and keep the time in my head for when I come in. But that's no good. I mean, I'm not in here 5 minutes and I've forgotten what time it is. You look at it this way. If I don't feel well and I have myself a bit of a lay down, then I wake up. I don't know what time it is to go out and have a cup of tea. You see, it's not so bad when I'm coming in. I can see the clock on the corner. The moment I step in the house, I know what time it is. When I'm in, it's when I'm in that I haven't the foggiest idea what time it is. No, what I need is a clock in here, in this room. And then I stand a bit of a chance, you know. But he don't give me one. He wakes me up. He wakes me up in the middle of the night and tells me I'm making noises, you know. I tell you, I have half a mind to give him a mouthful one of these days.
He don't let you sleep?
He don't let me sleep. He wakes me up.
Oh, that's terrible.
You know, I've been in plenty of other places and they always let me sleep. It's the same the world over, except here.
Oh, sleep is essential. I've always said that.
You're right, it's essential. I get up in the morning, I'm worn out. I got business to see too. I got to move myself, I got to sort myself out. I got to get fixed up. But when I wake up in the morning, I got no energy in me. And on top of that, he don't give me no clock. Yeah, he goes out, I don't know where he goes to. He never tells me. You know, we used to have a bit of a chat once in a while. Not anymore. I never see him. He goes out, he comes in late. Next thing I know, he's shoving me about in the middle of the night. Listen, I wake up in the morning and he's smiling at me. He's standing there looking at me smiling. I can see him, you see. I can see him through the blanket. He puts on his coat, he turns himself round, he looks down at my bed. There's a smile on his face. What the hell is he smiling at? What he don't know is that I'm watching him through the blanket. He don't know that. He don't know I can see him. He thinks I'm asleep. But I got my eye on him all the time through the blanket, see? But he don't know that. He just looks at me and he smiles. But he don't know that I can see him doing it. No. What you want to do is you want to speak to him. See, I got that worked out. You want to tell him that we got ideas for this place. We could build it up. We could get it started, you see. I could decorate it out for you. I could give you a hand doing it between us. Where do you live now then?
Me? I've got a little place. Not bad. Everything neatly laid out. You must come up there someday and have a drink. And listen to some Tchaikovsky.
No, I got this worked out, you know. You're the guy who has to talk to him. I mean, you're his brother.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Where are you going? It's him now. It's him right now coming in.
Pair of shoes for you.
What?
Yeah, I picked them up. Well then.
Shoes? What sort?
They might do you.
No, they're not right.
Aren't they?
No, they won't fit me. They won't fit me. Well, I tell you what. They might do, you know, just until I get another pair. So, where are the laces?
No laces.
I can't wear them without laces.
Well, I just got the shoes.
Well, now that puts a lid on it, don't it? I mean, you couldn't keep these shoes on right without a pair of laces. The only way to keep a pair of shoes on if you haven't got laces is to tighten the foot, see? Walk about with a tight foot, see? Well, that's no good for the foot. Puts a bad strain on the foot. If you can do the shoes up proper, there's less chance of getting a strain. See what I mean?
No, I might have some somewhere.
Yeah, you see what I'm getting at?
Oh, here's some.
Oh, those are white.
That's all I got.
Well, the shoes are brown. Well, anyway, they'll do till I get another pair. You know, maybe they'll get me down to Sidcup tomorrow. If I get down there, I'll be able to sort myself out. I've been offered a good job, you know. The man who's offered it to me, he's got plenty of ideas. He's got a bit of a future. But they want my papers. You see, they want my references. I'll have to get down to Sidcup before I could get hold of them. That's where they are, you see. The trouble is getting there. That's my problem. The weather's dead against it. Christ, he's not even listening to me.
Stop it, will you?
Oh,
I can't sleep.
What?
You're making noises again.
Ah, Christ, I'm an old man. What do you expect me to do? Stop breathing?
You're making noises.
Oh, what do you expect me to do? Stop breathing?
I think I'll go and get a bit of
So
air.
what do you expect me to do? I tell you, mate, I'm not surprised they took you in. Waking up an old man in the middle of the night, you must be off your nut. Giving me bad dreams. Who's responsible then for me having bad dreams? If you wouldn't keep mucking me about, I wouldn't make no noises. How do you expect me to sleep peaceful when you keep poking me all the time? What do you want me to do? Stop breathing? You know, and it's getting so freezing in here, I have to keep my trousers on to go to bed. I never done that before in my life. But that's what I got to do here. Just because you won't put in any bleeding heating. You know, I've had just about enough with you mucking me about. I've seen better days than you have, man. Nobody ever got me inside one of them places anyway. I'm a sane man. So don't you start mucking me about. I'll be all right as long as you keep your place. Just keep your place, that's all. Because I can tell you, your brother's got his eye on you. He knows all about you. I got a friend there, mate. I got a friend there. Don't you worry about that. I got a true pal there. You're treating me like dirt, eh? Why do you invite me in here in the first place if you was going to treat me like this? You think you're better than me? You got another thing coming. I know enough. They had you inside one of them places before. They can have you inside again. Your brother's got his eye on you. They can put the pincers on your head again, man. They'd have you fixed. They take one look at all this junk I gotta sleep with, and they know you're crazy. You know, that was the greatest mistake they made, letting you out of that place. Nobody knows what you're at. You go out, you come in. Nobody knows what you're at. Well, nobody messes me about for long. You think I'm going to do your dirty work? Ha! You can think again. You want me to do all the dirty work up and down them stairs just so I can sleep in this lousy, filthy hole every night? Not me, boy! Not for you, boy! You don't know what you're doing out there. You're up the creek. You're half off. You can tell it by looking at you. Whoever saw you slip me a few bob, eh? Like a bloody animal. I never been inside a nut house. I've used it before. Be careful. Don't come any closer. Did you try anything with me?
I think it's about time you found somewhere else. I don't think we're hitting it off anymore.
Ah, find somewhere else, eh?
Yes.
Me. You're talking to me. Not me, man. You.
What?
You. You better find somewhere else.
I live here. You don't.
Oh, don't I? Well, I live here. I've been offered a job here.
Yes, well, I don't really think you're suitable for it.
Oh, not suitable, eh? Well, I can tell you there's someone here thinks I'm suitable, and I'll tell you, I'm staying on here as caretaker. Get it? Your brother, he's told me, see? He's told me the job's mine. Mine. So that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be his caretaker.
My brother.
Yeah, he's staying, he's going to run this place, and I'm staying with him.
Look, if I give you a few bob, maybe you can get down to sit down.
A few bob, eh? You build your bloody shed first. When I can earn a steady wage here, you build your stinking shed first.
That is not a stinking shed. It's clean. It's all good wood. I'll get it up. No problem.
Ah, don't come too near. Not too near.
You have no reason to call that shed stinking. You stink.
What?
You've been stinking this place out.
Christ, you say that to me?
For days. Well, that's one of the reasons I can't sleep.
You call me that? You call me stinking?
You better go.
I'll stink you. I'll stink you. I'll stink you.
Here, get your stuff.
No, don't touch that stuff. It's mine. It's mine, all right? It's mine.
Pack it up.
Don't touch that stuff. I've been offered the job here. You wait. I'm going to tell your brother about you. He'll sort you out. You call me that stinking? You know, you'll be sorry you called me that. You ain't heard the last of this. You'll be sorry you called me that. I know who my friends are now. You know, stink, he called me. He called me stinking. You hear that? I told you what he said, didn't I? He said stink. He said stink to me. You hear that? That's what he said to me. That's what he said to me.
You don't stink.
No, sir, I don't stink.
You stand. I'll be the first one to tell you.
I told him. I said to him, you ain't heard the last of this man. I said, don't forget your brother. I told him you'd be coming to sort him out. He don't know what he started, you know, doing that. I said to him, I said, he'll be along, your brother'll be along. He's got sense, not like you.
What do you mean? Eh? You saying my brother ain't got no sense?
What? What I'm saying is, you got ideas for this place, for all this decorating, you see. I mean, he's got no right to order me about. I take my orders from you. I do my caretaking for you. I mean, you look upon me, you don't treat me like a lump of dirt. You know, we can both see him for what he is.
What did he say then, when you told that I've offered you a job?
Well, he said something about him living here.
Yeah, he's got a point there. Huh?
A point? It's your house, ain't it? You let him live here.
I could tell him to go, I suppose.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I could tell him to go. I mean, I'm the landlord. On the other hand, he is the sitting tenant. Giving him notice, you see, what it is, it's a technical matter. That's what it is. It depends on, you know, how you regard this room. I mean, it depends on whether you regard this room as furnished or unfurnished. See what I mean?
No, I don't.
All this furniture, you see, in here, it's all his, except, of course, for the beds. So what it is, it's a fine legal point. That's what it is.
I tell you, he should go back where he come from.
Come from?
Yes.
Where did he come from?
Well,
You do get a bit out of your depth sometimes, don't you? Well, anyway, as things stand, I don't mind having a go at doing up this place.
Ah, that's what I wanted to hear.
No, I don't mind. But you would better be as good as you say you are.
What do you mean?
I mean, well, you say you're an interior decorator. You'd better be a good one.
A what?
What do you mean, a what? A decorator, an interior decorator.
Me? What do you mean? I never said that. I never been that.
Never said what?
No, not me, man. I'm not an interior decorator. I've been too busy. Too many other things to do. You see, but I could always turn my hand to most things. So you give me a bit of time and I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up.
I don't want you to pick it up. I want a first-class, experienced interior decorator. And I thought you were one.
Me? Now wait a minute, you got the wrong man.
How could I have the wrong man? You're the only man I've spoken to. You're the only man I've told about my dreams, about my deepest wishes. You're the only one I have told it, and I've told you because I understood you were an experienced, first-class interior and exterior decorator.
Now look here.
How could you mean? You want to know how to fit teal blue copper and parchment linoleum squares and have those walls re-echoed?
Now look here, where did you get that? How could you?
I'll be able to decorate out a table in a Formosia, Equinier, and an armchair in oatmeal tweed and a peach frame settee with a woven seagrass seat.
I never said that.
Christ! Must have been under a false impression.
I never
You're
said
a bloody
it.
imposter!
No, you don't want to start that sort of thing with me. No, you took me on here as a caretaker. I was going to give you a helping hand, that's all, for a small wage. I never said anything about that. You can't start calling me names, eh?
What is your name?
Oh, don't start that again.
Hey, what's your name?
My real name is Davies.
And what name do you go under?
Jenkins.
You got two names. What about the rest? Huh? Now, come on. Why did you tell me all this dirt about your being an interior decorator?
I didn't tell you anything. I didn't tell you anything. Won't you listen to what I'm saying? It was him who told you. It was him. It was your brother who must have told you. He's nutty. He'd tell you anything out of spite. He's nutty. He's halfway gone. It was him who told you.
What did you call my brother?
When?
He's what?
Oh, now get this straight.
Nutty. Who's nutty? Did you call my brother nutty? My brother? That's a bit of an impertinent thing to say.
Well, he says so himself.
What a strange man you are, aren't you? You're really strange. I mean, ever since you come into this house, there's been nothing but trouble. Honest. I can take nothing you say at face value. Most of what you say is bloody lies. Yeah? You're violent, you're erratic, you're just completely unpredictable. You're nothing else but a wild animal. If it comes to that, you're a bloody barbarian. And then you stink from asshole to breakfast time. Yeah. Look at it. You come in here recommending yourself as an interior decorator. Whereupon I take you, and what happens? You make a long speech about your references down at Sitka. And what happens? I've never seen you go down to Sitka to get them. It's almost regrettable, but it looks as though I'm compelled to pay you off for your caretaking stuff. Huh? Here, take $half-crown.
All right. You do that if that's what you want. Do it, it's okay.
That's what I want! That's what I want! You don't think this house is all that I got to think about? What other things to think about? Brother can worry about it. He can do it up, he can decorate it, he can do what he wants to do with it. I am done.
What about me? I just come back from my pipe, you know.
Yes.
I go out and halfway down I suddenly found out, you see that I hadn't got my pipe, so I came back to get it. That's the same plug that you've been mending, ain't it? You still can't get anywhere with it, eh? Well, if you persevere, in my opinion, you'll probably... listen, you didn't mean that, did you? About me stinking, did you? Did you? You've been a good friend to me. You took me in. You didn't ask me no questions. You give me a bed. You've been a mate to me. Listen. I've been thinking why I made all them noises. It was because of the draft, see? The draft was on me as I was sleeping. Made me make noises without my knowing it. So I've been thinking, what I mean to say is, if you was to give me your bed, and you have my bed, there's not much difference between them. They're the same sort of bed. If I was to have yours, you sleep whichever bed you're in. So you have mine, I have yours, and that'll be all right. I'll be out of the draft, see? I mean, you don't mind a bit of wind. You need a bit of air with all them doctors and all that they've done to you, you know, closed up. I know them places, they're too hot. And they're always too hot. I had a peep in one once and nearly suffocated me. So I reckon that would be the best way out of it. We swap beds, then we could get down to what we were saying. I'd look after the place for you. I'd keep an eye on it for you. For you, like, not for the other. Not for your brother. You see, not for him. For you. I'll be your man. You say the word. Just say the word. So, what do you think of this I'm saying, eh?
No, I like sleeping in my bed.
Yeah, but you don't understand my meaning.
Anyway, see that other one? That's my brother's bed.
Well, your brother?
Yes, anytime he stays here. That's his bed, this is my bed. This is the only bed I can sleep in.
Yeah, but your brother's gone, he's gone.
No, I just couldn't change bed.
Oh, you don't understand my meaning.
Anyway, I'm going to be busy, you know. I've got that shed to get up. And if I don't get it up, it'll never get up. Until it's up, I just can't get started.
Well, I'll give you a hand to put up your shed. That's what I'll do. I'll give you a hand. We'll both put up that shed together, see? Get it done in next to no time. You see what I'm saying?
No, I can get it up myself.
No, but listen, I'm with you. I'll be here. I'll do it for you. We'll do it together. Christ, we'll change beds. You mean you're throwing me out? You can't do that. Listen, man. Listen, man. I don't mind. You see, I don't mind. I'll stay. I don't mind. I tell you what. If you don't want to change beds, we'll keep it as it is. I'll stay in the same bed. Maybe if I can get a stronger piece of sacking, like to go over the window and keep out the draft, that'll do it. What do you say? We'll keep it as it is.
No.
Oh, why not?
You make too much noise.
But listen here. I mean, what am I going to do? What shall I do? Where am I going to go? If you want me to go, I'll go. You just say the word. I tell you what, though, them shoes that you give me, they're working out all right. They're all right. Maybe I could get down. Listen, if I got down, if I was to get my papers, would you if I got down and got my.
Deep Singh as Mick, Ruben Israel as Davies or Jenkins, and myself, I'm Charles Cagle, who did the role of Aspen. Martin is there as Marty and Technical Light, so thanks to her. And big thanks to Abhijit, Yatrik and Old World Hospitality for giving us this great opportunity in India.